What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Wednesday edition of The Squeeze. I am Tyler Conium, and welcome back after a couple of days off. Thank you for sticking with me through this small I say it's a hiatus. It was 2 days, and Tuesdays I don't usually make videos anyway. I took Monday off. My wife and I went to the Ed Sheeran concert at the Sky Dome on Sunday night. Unbelievable show, unbelievable performance. Stadium concerts, they're a different beast. I'm not a big concert goer. I've been to a lot of sporting events. I haven't been to a ton of concerts. And when you're, music's a pretty intimate thing. And when you're in a stadium, it's a very interesting experience. But it was very fun. We stayed in Toronto overnight, so there was no video Monday. No video yesterday, so I feel a little bit disconnected from the sports world a little bit. I didn't watch sports on Sunday, didn't watch sports on Monday, and just kind of caught up with the scores yesterday. So it's interesting to dive back in. You've got a big day today, and then you've got the NBA draft tomorrow, which might have a pick on that depending on what happens there. Not really much point in going over what we won or lost on Sunday because at that point it's 3 days ago. So before we get into today's bets, just want to talk about this QR code here or the link in the description if you're watching on mobile or listening. If you use that code, it'll take you to a link to sign up for all the best sports books, all my favorite sports books, and you're going to get exclusive offers and bonuses that you're not going to find anywhere else thanks to my partnership with Betstamp and those books directly. So use the code, hit the link below. Sign up for a book, make a minimum deposit. You're guaranteed the best offers and the best bonuses that you're not going to find anywhere else. Okay, today we've got a WNBA bet and two bets in Major League Baseball. We're going to kick it off. In the WNBA, you've got the Las Vegas Aces, the 10-1 Las Vegas Aces, going up against the 2-8 Phoenix Mercury. Now, the spread in this game is 18.5. Unbelievable. I think that Las Vegas probably covers this. But I'm just going to go with the total, and I'm going to take over 164.5. I got that for minus 110 at FanDuel. So the over on the year, Vegas is 6-5 to the over. Phoenix is 4-5 to the over, so 5-4 to the under. When you look at Vegas lately, they have gone under their last two games, and they went over against Chicago 168. They went over 168 against Connecticut. They went over 168 in the first game against Connecticut. So they've been kind of fluctuating right around the 160, 165 range themselves. Same could be said for Phoenix, although it's skewing more to the under. 163, 157 was a push. 163 under, the 162 and over. So they've only gone over this total once in their last 6 games, but they haven't played anybody like Vegas. And I think that Vegas is just going to score a ton of... Vegas could score 100 in this game, which means Phoenix just needs to score 65 points for us to cover. Las Vegas plays a very up-tempo style basketball as well, which means we're going to get a lot more possessions. This is not going to be a slugfest, I don't imagine. I think this is going to be a very high-paced game. We've got Vegas coming into this with the number 1 ranked offense, scoring 92 points per game. They're also number 1 in field goal percentage, number 2 in three-point percentage, and number 5 in rebounds per game. On defense, they've got the second-ranked defense, the first-ranked defensive field goal percentage, but I just need Phoenix to score 65 points. I think that gets us there. Their offense scores 78 points per game. I think Vegas is going to score a ton of points on there, else Phoenix does not need to get to 77. If Phoenix gets to 70, I think we're laughing. Because, again, I think Vegas is going to put up a ton of points here. So I think we've got a route on our hands. You could probably take the spread. You could even look at the first half. But I think Vegas is going to run and gun. And I think because of that, because they're going to score so much, Phoenix is just going to get enough possessions that even though Vegas is great defensively, it's going to get them there. So I'm going to take Vegas and Phoenix over 164.5 for minus 110 at FanDuel. Shifting to Major League Baseball, we've got the Toronto Blue Jays at the Miami Marlins. Blue Jays are a mess. You had the fake report that came out yesterday that Guillermo Martinez, their hitting coach, was fired, that John Snyder is on a leave. I don't know what's going on with this team. They lose 11-0 they lost 4-2, 11-7 against Texas, and they lose 11-0 to Miami, and then they come back and win 2-0. What are the most bizarre 40 and 35 teams we'll see? So we're getting close to the halfway point. Jays are on pace for about 83, 84 wins, which is much lower than we thought. They might not even make the wild card with that. And it's interesting because I had an over 91 wins bet for the Blue Jays, and I had an over 71 wins bet, I think, for Miami. They're 42 and 32. They just need to go, the opposite. They can go 30 and 40 the rest of the way, and we still win that bet by like 10 games. So happy, but they go 30 and 50. Today, I am, again, not going to pick the side. You've got Kevin Gausman going up against Sandy Alcantara. Now, this is not the Sandy Alcantara of years past, okay? Last year, he was 14-9 with a 2.28 ERA. The season before that, 9-15, but he had a 3.19 ERA. The Marlins were just pretty garbage. It's interesting that he's going into his 7th season already. Wow. This year, though, he's 2-5 in 14 starts. He's got a 4.97 ERA. Hasn't been Sandy Alcantara. And you're getting a number here in the first 5 innings of over 3.5. So if we have a 2-2 game after the 5th inning, we're good. That's very possible to happen with Sandy Alcantara. I know the game just finished 2-0 yesterday, but at home this year, he's 1-3 with a 4.63 ERA. And keep in mind, that's spread over 9 innings. He gives up 4.63. Now you've got Kevin Gausman. Obviously, he's been good. He just had a 6-inning, 1 earned run performance against the Texas Rangers. Previous to that, he did give up 6 to the Twins in 4 2/3. I don't think Gausman's going to have a bad start here. I think maybe he gives up 1, but I think the Jays can get 3 on Alcantara. That's what I'm banking on for them to get over this number of 3.5. There are some books that even have this at 4, and you've got push potential there, but I think they get to 4. I think 3-1. I think 2-2 is very reasonable. Jays could blow it wide open. They could score 4 in the first inning against Alcantara. You know, their offense has the potential. It hasn't lived up to that this year, but the potential is there. So I'm taking the Toronto Blue Jays and the Miami Marlins to go over 3.5 in the first 5 innings for -115 at BetRivers. And the last bet of the day, we're sticking with BetRivers. We're sticking with Major League Baseball, and we're going to the Houston Astros and the New York Mets. Houston Astros are +135 on the run line here. On the run line this season, Houston is 36-38, so not great. New York Mets are 27-46 to the run line. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. You also have the Mets are 34-39, only 17-24 on the road, and you've got the Houston Astros who are 40-34, only 21-19 at home. Fair enough. But they've got Christian Javier on the mound today, who's, 7-1 with a 2.9 ERA. At home this season, Javier is 4-1 with a 2.27 ERA. Now, going up against them is Tyler McGill for the Mets, and he is 6-4. He's got a 4.83 ERA, not bad, but on the road? On the road, he's 2-3 with a 7.42 ERA. 7.42 ERA on the road. At home, he's got a 2.79. This game is being played in Houston. I think the Houston Astros are the much better baseball team. They've split the first 2 games of this series, with Houston winning, New York winning the first one 11-1. Houston winning the second one 4-2. I think Houston wins the third game of this series, and with that pitching matchup, I like them to do it by more than 1 run. So I'll take the Houston Astros on the run line, and you're getting +135 at BetRivers. So again, if you want any of these odds or to make any of these bets, hit that QR code, use the link in the description below. That'll pop you onto a website where you can sign up for a sportsbook, make the minimum deposit. You're going to get the best exclusive offers that aren't available anywhere else. The more money you have on various books means you're going to get better odds, which means in the long term you're going to win more money. So those are my bets for Wednesday. I'm taking the Las Vegas Aces and the Phoenix Mercury over 164.5 for -110 at FanDuel. Taking the Blue Jays and the Marlins over 3.5 in the first 5 innings for -115 at BetRivers. And I'm taking the Houston Astros on the run line for +135 at BetRivers. As always, drop a comment if you're fading or following. You can follow me on Twitter at Tyler Conium for more picks and props throughout the day. TikTok and Instagram for just the picks portions, and your audio is on Spotify and on Apple. Have a great Wednesday, and let's talk sports.